Yes students, today we are going to learn about a string class. Okay, we all know that we have only 8 basic data types to store a value in a variable. First 4 are allocated to whole numbers, negative and positive numbers. The data types are byte, short, integer and long. Then comes decimal values. For that we have 2 data types. It is float and double. Then we have another data types named as boolean. It is used to store 2 values, true or false. Then we have one more data type named as char data types. It stores a single character. Now this single character can be any character that you type from a keyboard, and it is shown with a single quote. So here we are now going to save a string. To save a string we are using char data type only, but here as we learned that char data type can only store a single value as in the variable. So but here as you can see in the program, I have taken a char data type and I have made a variable name in which I am storing more than a single value. So you can see next to name you can see a square bracket that shows that name is a variable. What type of variable? It is an array variable. Array variables are used when you want to store a list of values under the same name. So here I have written Ahmedabad, which consists of 9 characters. Each single character is an element of the list, and this list is named as name. So this array variable's name is name. When you are giving the name of array, another concept that you have to keep in the mind that you can see the square bracket behind the name after that name. Okay, you can also have the square bracket before the name. See here, when you are seeing here string bracket s, this s is also a name of an array. Here I have kept the square bracket in before s. So it's not that you can only keep it after the variable's name. You can also keep this square bracket in front of this variable name. And here you have seen a list of elements. Now we are now knowing that we have 9 elements in my list. So how I identify each element? We can identify each element by its index position. Array variable identifies each element because of its index position. In array, the index position starts from 0 and it continues. So in our case, at our 0 position, that is name of 0 is a place where A is stored. Name of 1 is a place where H is stored. Name of 2 is a place where M is stored. Name of 3 is a place where E is stored. Name of 4 is a place where D is stored. Name of 5 is a place where A is stored. Again, name of 6 is a place where B is stored. Name of 7 A is stored, and name of 8 D is stored. So array every time starts with 0 and ends at n minus 1. Here our n means total number. Total number I have 8 characters where you can say my DE is at 8 because it is n minus 1. Total characters are 9. So 9 minus 1, 8. From 0 to 8 is the value of my index value of my array. Okay, now we'll continue with the program. You can see that my class name is string1. So my program's name is string1.java. I taught you the class which contains public static void main. That class name is given as the program name. Okay, in that you can see public static void main, you can see an array. Now you know why a array variable is given, because I have to store a list of values. Then here I am taking string. String is a class in a inbuilt class, and in this class I am going to create an object. To create an object, that is a class variable, to create an object or a class variable, instance object. So what I do, I write the name of the class, object's name is equal to new to allocate the memory, and then a constructor. When you create an object, you need to call a constructor. Now this constructor has no parameters, nothing is passed inside this string. Keep in mind, as I taught you, that name of the constructor and the class are always same. So this is the line where your new object name str1 is created. Now for that same string class, I am also creating another object named string2. But here I have one parameter that is passed in my constructor, as constructor is a method also called routine in Java programming. This method is passing an list, that an array variable, that name. So Ahmedabad is passed inside string2. Now string2 is in the memory is allocated, and it has been initialized with a value Ahmedabad. So the constructor can be used to initialize values, but in string1 there was no value, so null is assigned to string, has its default value as null. So when we print str1, it is null, blank. Okay, now third one, I have again created a new object string3, and then now you can see that I have passed name. Then I have given two more parameters as 0 and 5. 0 shows the index position from which I have to truncate and take some characters. So 0 is the starting position, and from that starting position I have to take 5 elements of the list. Okay, so here I will take 5 characters from 0. Now as you all know, 0 on my 0 position I am getting Ahmedabad, A. In Ahmedabad I am getting A, because this is 0 position. So 5 characters from 0 I will get 0, 1, first one, second, third, fourth, fifth. From 0, 5 characters. 5 is not. So children, 5 is not an index value, it is the number of characters that I have to calculate. As you can see, in my case I will get AHMED, Ahmed. And then I am moving forward to string 4. Again an object is created where same way I am passing the name like Ahmedabad, and there I am getting an initial index as 5. From the 5th index I have to take 4 characters. From the 5th index I have to take 4 characters. So I will move on to the 5th index. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Here the 5th index is A, and from this A I have to take 4 characters. So A, B, A, D, M, Abad. So this I am going to get in this string 4. Then you see here new object is created where I am not passing an array, I am already passing string 3, and in string 3 I have AHMED, Ahmed. Okay, and in string 4 I can directly pass, if I am not taking this array, I can directly pass any string here. See the difference here. When it was a single character, it was shown in a single quote. This is a string which have a multiple number of characters. So a string is always written with a double quotes. Now I am using my printout function to print. Here in the printout function, you keep in mind, as the string's first letter is capital, first letter of this method is also capital, all the S are capital. See here what I am printing, str1 in double quotes, that would be directly printed and you get the answer. Now first we will compile and see. You see, as the name is string1, I have saved the program as see, you see here I have the program name as string 1. Okay, now I am compiling the program. Okay, when I compile the program, I get to know that I have no error in this program. The exit code is 0. Means JavaC compiler has compiled my program name, my source program named string1.java, and I am getting exit code is means my byte code, binary file of my this program is been already made. Now where it is saved, it would be saved in the same directory where my this source file is saved. Now we'll check out whether this binary file is made or not. To check out this, you can open this, click on open, and you can select all files. Here you can see already string, I have only created the source file, that was Java file. Okay, as my program is compiled, I am getting its byte code file. This file is known as byte code. This would be in the form of binary file, and its extension is now dot class. Now when my interpreter is going to run this program, then it would be using this class file, not my source file. So you can see now I am going to run my program. Tools, go. Now here you can see the output. First str1 I had written blank, so it's blank, null value is assigned. str2 it's Ahmedabad. str3 it's for Ahmed, as we have learned, from the 0 to 5th position to 5 characters. str4 is Abad, from 5th index position 4 characters. str5 is again, str3 is passed again in object of str5, so it is again showing the Ahmed only. Then string 6 I have directly passed Ahmedabad as a string, so I am getting that answer. Here you can see my compiler is JavaC on the first line, where I got, after compiling I got no errors, so I got exit code 0, which shows that no errors during compilation. And Java is my interpreter that using JVM it is used to run my program. So it's to run my program I am using Java, and my string1 program is run, and you get the output. And here also while my program was running, there was no error, so I get an exit code as 0. So hope you all understood the program.